It's 28 degrees at 6:06. Good morning, I'm Kristin Malavenda for WBAA News. Partly cloudy today with a high around 50. I'll have the full forecast in just a few minutes. Teachers and administrators are finalizing plans to get Southwestern Middle and Mentoni Elementary School students back in classes. Pre-kindergarten through 6th graders will be housed at First Assembly Community Ministries on Beck Lane. 7th and 8th graders will use space at Wea Ridge Middle School. Tippecanoe School Corporation Superintendent Scott Hanback says even though the situation is not ideal, students are learning that a school is more than a building.
We can rebuild buildings, we can repair walls. We're just so fortunate and blessed that no one was injured, that this happened on a Sunday, that we didn't have students in the building at the time. And really the life takeaway on that is that we value life more than we do building structures.
Classes at the alternative locations are scheduled to start Monday. The TSC board yesterday approved an emergency declaration that will allow the district to forego the usual bid process in order to start the cleanup and rebuilding process more quickly, but Hanback says it will be several weeks at least before cost estimates for the work will be available. The Faculty Senate at Butler University is taking a stand against an amendment that would ban same-sex marriage in Indiana. The group voted unanimously to approve a resolution which stated the amendment, known as H.J.R. 6, would directly conflict with Butler's commitment to social justice. The Purdue University Senate approved a similar resolution Monday, and Indiana and DePaul Universities, Wabash College, and Ball State have all joined Freedom Indiana. That's a coalition of businesses and organizations campaigning against HJR 6. According to a USDA report, roughly 25,000 agriculture jobs go unfilled each year. To address the issue, Monsanto and the National FFA are partnering to encourage more students pursuing a degree in the field. Most of Indiana is part of their scholarship pilot program, including Tippecanoe and surrounding counties. Community Outreach Manager Elizabeth Vansel says there's more to the agriculture industry than working on a farm.
I think it's our job as a community to help folks understand what the diverse opportunity is and just get kids excited to pursue this as a potential career.
Scholarships of $1,500 are being offered to students. Eligibility and application information is on our website, WBAA.org. Officials with the Indiana Department of Insurance are reviewing a law when it comes to President Obama's announcement that people could reorder health coverage after their policy's been canceled. Deputy Commissioner Logan Harrison says he's not sure it's legal under state law, which regulates the insurance industry. Harrison says legal issues aside, reversing a canceled policy could be impractical because it could take months to approve such a process. He says he doesn't have a timetable for when the state will determine whether reversing cancellations is legally viable. Indiana Republican lawmakers are looking for an alternative to the Common Core. House Speaker Brian Bosma says the fight over the nationally crafted education standards is a distraction and says it's time for Indiana to develop its own expectations for students.
They need to incorporate, be compatible with the ACT and the SAT. We can't ignore those tests, despite, no kidding, some legislators who've told me, why do we care? And we need to have a test that tests those standards, and it may not be off the shelf.
Hoosiers have been debating whether to stay the course with the Common Core since state lawmakers voted to pause rollout in the spring. But a legislative panel reviewing the standards didn't have enough votes last week to recommend to the State Board of Education that Indiana leave the initiative. The Purdue men's basketball team hosts Eastern Illinois tonight. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock in Mackey Arena. The forecast calling for partly cloudy skies today with a high around 50, slight chance of showers tonight with a low near 40, a 50% chance of rain tomorrow and Friday with a high in the upper 40s both days. It's 28 degrees at 6:10. For WBAA News, I'm Kristin Malavenda.